Have you ever had a gut feeling that something was about to happen and then it did? Over the years, many lottery winners and people who have experienced major life changes have reported strange experiences right before they hit the jackpot. Some describe vivid dreams, sudden urges, or even bizarre so called coincidences that seem to foreshadow what was to come. Now, I do want to be clear that nothing in this video guarantees a lottery win. You should always play responsibly and never ever spend more than you can afford to lose. But I have interviewed tons of lottery winners from all over the world. In fact, I am one myself. For those of you that are new here, my name is Timothy Schultz, and I had a dream about it before it happened. And this video features 7 of the strangest experiences for many people. So let's jump into it. Experience number 1, vivid or symbolic dreams. Many people describe unusually vivid dreams before something big happens. Has this ever happened to you? Because it's happened to me tons of times, including winning the lottery. 3 months before I won, I had a very vivid dream about it. I've spoken about it quite a bit publicly, but I've also had many dreams on other topics with major life changes. But this happens to a lot of people where they dream about things before they happen. And it's not always about winning numbers. I didn't specifically dream about the numbers, but it did feel as if it had already happened. So the feeling of the dream can oftentimes be very, very important and inspirational. And spiritually speaking, some believe that these dreams are glimpses of the future. And then when you get into the science of it with quantum mechanics, showing that time is not necessarily linear from past to present to future, it begs the question, is it possible to tap into the future that you haven't yet experienced if it already exists in the quantum field? Experience number 2, feeling unbelievably lucky. There are many people that have won major jackpots and prizes that just feel lucky. They just deem themselves a lucky person. I mean, this happened to me before I won. There's typically a reason why that is, and it's because things tend to go their way. Usually, people that feel lucky are more optimistic and they are looking and expecting to see luck come into their lives, so that when they see these opportunities or they see something that they deem lucky or they perceive something as being lucky rather than unlucky, because our perception really matters, then, I mean, oftentimes these types of people win the lottery or raffles or get the promotion or the person that they want to date or have the major life goal that they are working for comes to fruition because they believe that it is going to happen. And I think a large part of luck comes from our perception and the feeling of being lucky. And they live their life as if they are lucky, and they are lucky. So, what creates luck? I think our perception might just have something to do with it. Experience number 3, others nudging you to play. One thing I find very interesting, some of the winners that I have met and interviewed, this has happened, and this happened to me as well, is people urging you to play the lottery. I mean, just the other day, I was at this gas station. I don't play the lottery all that often these days unless something inspires me to play, but I was at this gas station. It came out to like 777 on the receipt. And the person said, "You must be lucky. You should buy a lottery ticket." And I said, "Okay, well, maybe I will." And that one did not win the jackpot, but it does happen. And many people win after experiences just like that. And in fact, the day that I won the jackpot, I told people that I was going to win. And I had other people tell me that they also believed that I was going to win. Experience number 4, repeating lucky numbers everywhere. Have you ever noticed the same numbers popping up, following you in your life throughout the day? You might see it on a clock. You might see it on a receipt. You might see it on a license plate. But seeing repeating numbers, many people are into numerology and they believe that these synchronicities are a sign from the universe, that you are in the flow state and that something big is about to happen. Experience number 5, a sudden, unshakable urge to play. One of the most common things that I have heard from interviewing lottery winners, and I continue to hear, is about a sudden urge to buy a ticket. Some people, in fact, that have won major prizes, they have already purchased a ticket, but they had an urge, just an urge, like a little voice in the back of their head that told them to go buy another one, and then that is the one that scored the jackpot. Some researchers might call it a subconscious impulse, while others see it as intuition breaking through. Whatever the case, many people I've interviewed describe it as a feeling they simply couldn't ignore. Experience number 6: luck is everywhere. If you are on a lucky streak, some people tend to have lucky streaks and things just seem to go their way. Might be as simple as finding money laying on the sidewalk, coins or dollars or euros, just finding some. Or maybe you get an unexpected promotion, or you get a job, or things just sort of line up in your favor. Now, skeptics will call this just a random chance, but many people believe that it is not, and that in fact, it is momentum building up into something bigger. Experience number 7 in this video: intentional manifestation. There are several people I have interviewed on this podcast, some of which who have won hundreds of millions, who strongly believe that they manifested their wins, or they are successful in their careers and they believe that they manifested this. I mean, there are celebrities out there who speak about this, like Oprah Winfrey, Jim Carrey, Will Smith, and pro athletes and scientists. Of course, common techniques to manifest include visualization, journaling, affirmations, prayer, or meditation. And psychologists have one term for this called mental priming. And even looking at the science of it, the reticular activating system, the RAS, is a network of neurons in the brainstem that filters out most of the information around us and only lets in what we've trained our minds to notice. Our conscious mind only experiences a very, very tiny sliver of what is actually happening. But what the reticular activating system does is it shows you what you expect to see. So if you focus on a certain outcome, a certain thing that you want to experience, to see, to pop up in your life, if you feel this and you know that it's going to pop up in your life, I mean, try that for an experiment. Since we're talking about experiments, try that for yourself, because I did, and I had incredible results. It's just like if you get a new car, for example, you might suddenly start noticing those cars everywhere, that same brand. That's a common experience that people have with a reticular activating system, but it doesn't just apply to cars, it applies to practically everything. So what this means then is that when you are visualizing or feeling or intentionally trying to manifest something and expecting it to pop up into your life, then this is one way to explain how and why that happens. It's very, very interesting. But if you have tried this, or if you try this after watching this video, comment below with the results. What happened when you try this reticular activating system experiment? Whether you see it as neuroscience or spirituality, intentional manifestation is one of the most fascinating and strange experiences people report before major breakthroughs, including some lottery wins. Now, of course, none of these experiences guarantee a lottery win. You should always play responsibly, but I find them particularly fascinating because they do tend to be experiences that many people have had that I've met and interviewed before winning, or that have had major life breakthroughs, new careers, relationships, or just personal transformations. And it's extremely interesting. And that's why I just created a free guide called 8 Signs You Are on the Verge of a Life-Changing Moment. We will put it in a pinned comment below or in the description. And if you've ever had a strange experience like any of these in this video, comment below. We want to hear your thoughts. If you found this video interesting, go ahead and smash the like button because that will help it reach more people. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and enable all notifications to get notified when new interviews and videos just like this one are released on this channel. Remember, always play responsibly, dream big, and we'll see you at the next video.
the lottery, for example, it's not so much the idea that it's just a random number that you have to guess, but more that you have an intention to win. And it's that intention that you're putting out in the universe. Dreams are part of your guidance system. So it's the part of you that is not the subconscious, it's the superconscious. When you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, I dreamt that I won the lottery. The first question, how did it feel? It felt real. It felt amazing. It felt like I was already there. So that's what you want to intend to now manifest in your real life.